Welcome gamers. Today, we are witnessing the raw power of the next generation Snapdragon 8 Gen 5 as we test 25 Switch games on the Eden emulator. This chipset is built for extreme performance, and we are pushing it to the limit with some of the most iconic titles. Please note that for the full unedited gameplay and the specific configurations used for every game in this video, you can find the direct link and details in the pinned comment below. Also, remember to adjust your own graphics and debug settings to find the perfect balance for your device. Let's jump into the benchmarks. Dragon Ball Sparking Zero brings the high-octane arena fighting of the Budokai Tenkaichi series into a new era with stunning visual effects. On the Snapdragon 8 Gen 5, the experience remains stable at 30 FPS. To achieve this level of consistency, it is highly recommended to calibrate your graphics and debug settings within the GPU menu for the best results. Mario vs. Donkey Kong is a charming puzzle platformer remake that demands quick thinking and precise movement. This flagship chipset handles the action at a blisteringly smooth 120 FPS. To maintain this elite performance, make sure to optimize your internal GPU and debug configurations to suit your specific hardware. Yooka Laylee in The Impossible Liar features vibrant 2.5D platforming with challenging level design and a catchy soundtrack. This processor delivers a flawless 120 FPS through the Eden emulator. Experimenting with different graphics and debug profiles is the best way to ensure the frame delivery remains perfectly fluid throughout the adventure. Story of Seasons. Grand Bazaar offers a relaxing life simulation experience centered around growing crops and selling goods at the weekly market. This hardware keeps the farming life running at a very smooth 90 FPS. Adjusting your individual GPU and debug presets will help the system process the colorful environments with maximum efficiency. Tales of Berseria Remastered follows a dark and emotional journey through a beautiful fantasy world with a deep combat system. Performance on the Silicon averages a solid 40 FPS to keep the battles feeling responsive. Fine-tuning your emulator's debug and graphics menu is key to achieving a stable experience on this chipset. Persona 3 brings the iconic supernatural RPG experience to mobile with its unique blend of social simulation and dungeon crawling. This chipset delivers an incredible 120 FPS, making every transition feel instantaneous. Be sure to find the optimal balance in your GPU settings to keep the visuals crisp and the performance at its peak. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is the ultimate racing experience, featuring gravity-defying tracks and a massive roster of characters. This processor handles the high-speed competition at a stable 60 FPS. Tailoring your graphics and debug configurations in the emulator menu is a great strategy to keep the racing intensity consistent on this hardware. Donkey Kong Country. Tropical Freeze is a critically acclaimed platformer known for its tough difficulty and beautiful island environments. This silicon maintains a fluid 60 FPS through the Eden emulator. To ensure a flawless run, adjusting your internal GPU and debug profiles for the best possible outcome is highly recommended. Super Mario Odyssey takes the world-famous plumber on a massive globe-trotting 3D adventure filled with creative mechanics. This hardware maintains a steady 60 FPS, providing a great experience in every kingdom. Exploring the debug and graphics options in the settings menu will help you find the sweet spot for your specific device. Story of Seasons, Friends of Mineral Town is a heartwarming remake of the classic farming sim set in a peaceful village. Performance on this chipset stays at a perfect 60 FPS. To keep your farm running smoothly, personalizing your GPU and debug setup is the best way to maintain this level of technical consistency. Pokémon Let's Go Pikachu offers a fresh and accessible take on the Kanto region with a unique catching mechanic. This processor maintains the journey at a stable 30 FPS. For the best visual clarity and stability, it is wise to optimize your graphics and debug settings within the emulator's configuration menu. Luigi's Mansion 2 HD brings the ghost hunting fun to high definition with charming animations and clever puzzles. This silicon handles the spooky atmosphere at a steady 30 FPS. Experimenting with the internal GPU and debug variables is a great way to ensure the frame rate remains consistent during chaotic ghost encounters. Super Mario 3D World is a creative and fast-paced platformer that can be enjoyed solo or with friends. This chipset delivers a smooth 60 FPS experience throughout the various creative levels. Adjusting your individual graphics and debug presets will help you get the most out of this hardware while navigating the colorful worlds. Kirby's Return to Dreamland Deluxe features the iconic pink hero in a beautifully remastered adventure with new copy abilities. This processor keeps the action at a fluid 60 FPS. Finding a tailored balance within your GPU and debug profiles is essential to keep the gameplay feeling perfectly responsive on this chipset. New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe offers classic 2D platforming action with a modern visual polish and plenty of secrets to find. Performance on this hardware stays at a flawless 60 FPS. To ensure the platforming remains as smooth as possible, fine-tuning your emulator's graphics settings is highly recommended. Mario Tennis Aces delivers high-energy sports action with unique power-ups and intense tactical matches. This silicon maintains the competitive pace at a solid 60 FPS. Calibrating your debug and GPU menu options is the best way to keep the rallies fast and the controls feeling snappy on this hardware. Pokémon Brilliant Diamond revisits the Sinnoh region with a faithful remake featuring updated visuals and classic gameplay. This chipset manages the adventure at a stable 30 FPS. To keep the journey through the tall grass consistent, exploring the graphics and debug configurations is always a good strategy for maximum results. Super Mario Party Jamboree is the ultimate board game experience filled with creative minigames and competitive fun. This processor delivers a smooth 60 FPS across all the various game modes. Adjusting your internal GPU and debug settings will help the system handle the dynamic environments and character animations with ease. Luigi's Mansion 3 features stunning lighting and complex physics as you explore a massive haunted hotel. This hardware maintains the spooky exploration at 30 FPS. Considering the visual complexity of this title, personalizing your graphics and debug profiles is key to keeping the experience stable and immersive. Yoshi's Crafted World features a unique and charming art style where every level is made of household materials. Performance on this silicon stays at a fluid 60 FPS. To appreciate the intricate details of this world, fine-tuning your GPU and debug presets within the menu is highly recommended for the best output. The Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild is a massive, open-world masterpiece that redefined the adventure genre. This chipset handles the vast landscapes of Hyrule at a stable 30 FPS. Finding the right balance in your graphics and debug settings is vital to achieving a consistent frame rate across the diverse weather and combat. The Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom expands on its predecessor with even more complex systems and a massive vertical world. This hardware keeps the epic journey running at 30 FPS. For such a demanding modern title, exploring the GPU and debug options in the menu is essential to keep the performance playable and steady. Metroid Prime 4 is a visually stunning sci-fi shooter featuring intense first-person combat and intricate exploration. This flagship silicon delivers a high-level performance at 60 FPS. To ensure the atmospheric environments and fast action remain fluid, customizing your internal graphics profiles is highly recommended for this chipset. Hyrule Warriors offers massive-scale battles where you fight through hordes of enemies with iconic characters. This processor maintains the chaotic action at a steady 30 FPS. Adjusting your GPU and debug configurations is the best way to help the hardware process the hundreds of units on screen at once. Pokémon Scarlet features an expansive open world with seamless exploration and a new generation of creatures. This chipset handles the Paldea region at a consistent 30 FPS. To navigate the vast plains without interruption, fine-tuning your internal graphics and debug settings is key to achieving a stable and enjoyable run. That wraps up our massive showcase on the Snapdragon 8 Gen 5. Seeing titles like Mario vs. Donkey Kong hit 120 FPS is a true testament to how far mobile emulation has come. Don't forget, if you want to see the complete setup or the original gameplay source, everything you need is waiting for you in the pinned comment. Which of these games are you most excited to play on this hardware? Let me know in the comments, hit that like button, and subscribe to Vanzee Gaming for more high-end emulation tests. I'll see you in the next one.